Hello everyone, Ryan here. So I was recently tagged, well a while ago I was tagged by Michael S. Deutsch to do the Booktube Newbie Tag 2.0, and of course this is an original tag that he created, which of course is his own version of the regular Booktube Newbie Tag, and it seemed pretty cool, so I figured I might as well definitely participate in this. I've seen a lot of other fellow booktubers participate as well, so I'll just get right into it here, answer these questions. Number one is, what genres would you like to see talked about more on Booktube? And for that, I don't know, I would say just a lot more. I'd like to see a lot more science fiction stuff, fantasy stuff, psychological stuff, psychological thrillers, I guess. Recently I've been becoming more interested in anything to do with psychological thrillers or anything that has kind of a psychological twist to it, also a philosophical twist. Yeah, stuff like that. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I would say dystopian cookbooks or something like that. Yeah. So number two is, what do you feel is the best way to make friends on Booktube? For that, I'd say just commenting on people's videos. One thing I do like to do is when I review a book, I check out other fellow booktubers who have reviewed the same book. So I watch their reviews as well. I comment on them if I can think of an interesting thing to write, or yeah. Number three is, what do you enjoy the most about making Booktube videos? Really, I just enjoy the entire experience. Sometimes I'm not always feeling up to it, or sometimes I feel like I'm just a little too busy to even bother making any kind of video. But for the most part, I just enjoy the entire experience. In particular, being able to talk about books, and not only that, but being able to talk about books and then have other people respond back to me, leave me comments about the books, the same books that I've read, especially if it happens to be if they've read it as well. I like that. I like that kind of interaction. Because otherwise, I'm not the type of person that likes to talk about the everyday kind of stuff that most people usually talk about, like the news or the weather or sports. I don't like to talk about those things. I mean, granted, I know a lot of people do, but really not me. So, number four is, what do you least look forward to when making Booktube videos? I would say the only thing I don't really look forward to the most is the editing, the whole editing process. Sometimes every now and then I'll come up with a really great idea as far as editing is concerned, but then it's because it ends up taking up so much time, I just end up not doing it at all and just deciding to stick with something simple. Most of the time I just prefer to keep my videos simple, just me talking about books or me talking about some kind of topic that interests me. So yeah, the editing process, I rarely look forward to it. So number five is, what videos other than tags, Steve Yars, wrap-ups, reviews, and recommendations would you want to see more of? I don't know, maybe vlog style stuff. I like that. I like vlog stuff that isn't like the typical kind of vlog stuff. Because I mean, there's a lot of other YouTubers that they do. They record their entire vacation, or they record themselves just at a restaurant eating, and to me, I mean, I don't mind watching those kinds of vlogs, but at the same time, I like watching vlogs that aren't like the typical vlog. Like if somebody can put together like a bunch of random images that mean something to them or that represent something to them, you know, I'll watch a vlog like that. Or if somebody just, you know, holds the camera in front of them and then they just start randomly talking about a bunch of different topics or just one topic in particular. That's the kind of stuff I like. It's the kind of stuff I would like to see more of on Booktube. Also, too, I mean, I would like to see, you know, maybe like different library tours, see what different libraries look like in each city that different booktubers happen to live in. So, yeah. Number 6 is what are some themes you want to see more of or less of in books? For this one, I don't really know. If by theme, meaning like anything that has to do with like good versus evil or like personal struggle or something like that, then yeah, I would say that. I like it when a character, to me it doesn't matter whether it's the main character or a supporting character. Either way, I like it when some character ends up going through some kind of personal struggle and they either, towards the end, they either get through it fine or they don't really get through it but rather just continue to struggle and there's really no resolution, but at the same time, you know, for me, it's like I realize that without that struggle, I mean, without a particular amount of struggle, that character will not be able to evolve. But so yeah, I don't know. That's the way I view it when I see a character struggle. Same thing in real life too. But I don't want to go off on a tangent there. So yeah, I mean, I like reading about characters that go through some kind of personal struggle or strife. They end up fine at the end, or they end up not fine, but still having to deal with that thing, still having to struggle, but still remaining true to who they are, or end up realizing who in fact they really are, who they were all along to begin with. I don't know, something like that. Hope that makes sense. As far as themes I would like to see less of in books, I'm not really into the whole like instant kind of romance thing when two characters, I guess you could say this happens more in YA, young adult books than any other genre, but I've seen it in other books too, other genres, where like two characters like instantly fall in love and they can't bear to spend 1 second apart from each other. I don't know, I guess to me that's just, I guess it works, you know, if you're into that, if you like that kind of very hyped up, overhyped, so almost surreal kind of romance. But yeah, that's what I like to see less of. But not to say that, you know, I don't believe romance doesn't have a place in literature. I do believe it does, but, you know, I don't believe that it should be overhyped or, you know, just wildly unrealistic, or, yeah, I don't know, that's just me. So then, that was number 6. Number 7, what are some of your Booktube goals? I don't really know. I guess, I mean, a while ago I passed 100 subscribers. I was definitely grateful for that. And now I'm over 200. Definitely grateful for that. Thanks everybody who's currently subscribed. I do appreciate that. But other than that, I guess only goal I have is just to continue for as long as I can talking about books, meeting other fellow bookworms for as long as possible. Yeah. I may be getting a little bit better at the editing process, or not, or I don't know. We'll see. Number 8, what advice would you give to a booktuber that has just created their channel? The only advice I would give is I would say just be yourself. Don't bother worrying about whether you have the best equipment, whether you can have, whether your videos, don't worry about whether your videos have a bunch of cool looking fancy graphics. Just be yourself. Just, and even if you don't know exactly how to start, if you're afraid to start, I say just get a camera, use your phone if you have to, borrow a camera from someone if you have to, and yeah, just hit record, just start talking, and that's the best way to start. But ultimately, yes, just be yourself. That's it. Number 9, what are some qualities or traits that you look for when it comes to watching other booktubers? I guess the only thing I look for is I like watching fellow booktubers who, actually this coincides with what I said before, who are themselves. Like, yeah, I just like watching people who aren't afraid to be themselves. I don't care, even if the types of books that they read aren't the same that I read. If I can tell right away, usually I'm able to tell right away if they're really just being themselves and they're not playing up to the camera and they're not trying to live up to some wild expectation. Usually I can tell right away, and those are the booktubers, the kinds of fellow booktubers that I like to watch. So, yeah. Number 10, what's a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading and writing that people on Booktube might not know you have? Let's see. Well, I am a time traveler. I come from the year 1985. And I came here in a DeLorean built by Dr. Emmett Brown. Of course, it runs on plutonium. I always have to make sure to go 88 miles per hour in order to, no, I'm just kidding. That would be cool, though. I wish. But as far as hobbies, I really don't consider... Well, I mean, I do paint. I draw and paint. These paintings behind me are some that I painted myself. Mostly abstract stuff. I used to sell my own artwork online through eBay, a bunch of other websites. Haven't done so in a while, only because back when I was doing it, it took a lot. I mean, the shipping alone ended up making me, I wasn't happy with having to pack everything by myself and ship out everything by myself. And so, I haven't sold any of my original artwork in quite a while. But so that's one thing that I do. I do also write. I've self-published a number of books. I'll provide a link to where you can see some of those. And of course I play guitar. I am a musician. I play guitar in a rock band called Revolt. I'll provide a link to some of our songs. You can check out our original songs. I've been playing guitar for over 16 years, around that time frame, 16 years. So other than that, And of course, the last one is, which booktubers do you tag? It seems to me like a lot of booktubers have already done this tag. So I'm just going to leave this open. If you're watching this and you've yet to do it, I tag you. Definitely do it. Let's keep this awesome tag that was created by Mikey D. I hope he likes being called Mikey D. I think that's a cool name to give somebody, Mikey D. But anyways, let's keep this cool tag going as long as possible. And thanks for watching. That does it for my Booktube Newbie Tag 2.0 video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff if you feel up to it. As always, till next time, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.